Okay, so this is my Epiphany of Learning, and I wanted to use screencasts because I was blown away that this app even existed. I think I paid $4.99 to have this on my Mac forever. I love that I can capture what's going on my screen and include like a video of myself, and like you can see me reacting to things. Um, so that's why I chose to use this technology. My aha moment would probably have to be, well, one of them would have to be the definition of a text. Me personally, before I came into this class, a text meant really a textbook to me. A, any kind of book is really what I thought was a text. I didn't realize that it really is all around us. I mean, posters on a wall, communication, music. I didn't realize that that meant all of that was text. Um, Another aha moment for me was in the clinical, it kind of made me see that I did like things that were on a computer. Um, I'm really a hands-on type of person of like pen and paper, not necessarily hands-on with a computer, but pen and paper is what helps grasp things for me. So in my clinical classroom, I never got to see any of the reading programs. Um, Ignore that. I never got to see them doing any of the reading stuff like other people said. In my clinical, honestly, it was just my CT took advantage that I was math, and a lot of those students in there needed math help with their homework or math reviews on their math program that's online. So that's what I did. I was partnered up with one or sometimes up to four other kids, and I was helping them with math Monday and Wednesdays. Um, Occasionally, I would help with a random science worksheet or even a social studies worksheet, but I never got to see their reading program that you had mentioned to us at the beginning of the semester. But however, when I did middle schooler for a day, I did get to see them take their test, a math test, and the math test was online. And it was really interesting because the math program that these students use is the exact same math program I used when I was at my community college. So at my community college, it was called Math Excel. They call it digits at Bloomington Junior High. But it's so cool because it gives them like a view an example button. So if they're not understanding a problem, they can view an example that brings up an exact kind of problem that they're being asked to answer. It's just worded a little differently, meaning it usually just uses a different number in that situation. And it just walks you through how they solve it. And a lot of my students really didn't realize that that button was there. And I was taught math a lot differently than they are being taught right now. So I didn't want to teach them, a way that I know, but that's not how the teacher wanted them to. So a lot of times if I didn't understand something, I'd be like, oh, click the view an example button. And I'd, walk through it through my head and then understand like, oh, I need to help them solve it this way. But I was trying to get my students that I was helping to realize that if they're not understanding a problem, use that tool. Sit there and work out that problem that it's giving you and then apply what you're doing in that problem to the one that you actually should be doing. And a lot of them were starting to get it towards the end. But aside from that, it has like a button like help me solve this. So it walks through and it helps you solve that question. And then once you solve it, then you have to redo another one in order to get points for it. But so that was really cool. Um, Overall for this whole class, I definitely liked the different quests. Like, I don't like how many there were, but I do like how it kind of got me out of my shell and exploring different technologies and like creating a Weebly. Had no idea that like how to even create one. And then the Powtoon just blew my mind. I'd seen some classmates Powtoons, and I just always thought that, oh, that's probably time consuming or not really for me. But I took my time the other night on it, and it was really interesting. And I think that using something like that in a classroom with middle schoolers would definitely be very engaging for them. Um, and then overall, I loved clinical. I loved all the extra math homework I got. Other than that, it was kind of eye-opening, the students in there. The CT I was with, um, not the best classroom management, and she admitted that from day one. It's her first year teaching, actually. But the students even were very wouldn't take no for an answer. Really tried to push the boundaries of what they could get away with and tried to go even above and beyond that. So that was interesting. I liked how much that exposed me to, though, because at Metcalf, I feel like I just don't get exposed to that much. There's really not any of that. The kids are pretty well behaved and don't really push back on the rules. Um, Other than that, I've really enjoyed this course.